Winds down.
Let's talk about all of them with Republican Senator Roger Wicker of Mississippi. Welcome, Senator. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. How do I look compared to James Rosen?
Smoking.
As well.
Smoking. All right, Senator, what are you going to vote when it comes to this health care plan? Are you going to be part of the party of no? What do you think?
Well, I'm for health insurance reform. There are a lot of things we need to do. Exchanges. We need to get rid of the prohibition against pre-existing conditions. We need to be able to take insurance from job to job. So there are a lot of things that I'll vote yes on. But I think what Americans and some Democrats are planning on voting no against is this huge expansion of the federal government. Trillions of dollars in spending, trillions of dollars in debt, a program where people are going to lose their private coverage, a program where people are going to lose jobs, where small business will have to close. Those aren't things that Roger Wicker is saying about these bills. Now, those are things that the Congressional Budget Office is saying about the bills.
Senator, is that what these town meetings was all about? These meetings, we should emphasize, that were organized by senators who were in favor of the president's style of health care reform. Senator Arlen Specter, Chris Dodd, a lot of congressmen as well. They went there to try to educate the people, but the people ended up educating them about government involvement in the private sector.
Well, I think so, and I'm going to do a program with the Doctor's Show, bringing it into my state. I did a teletown hall just the other night, and I tell you, the people in my state are very much opposed to this public option, and they're opposed to this big expansion of the federal government. Let me say this about the town halls. People have a way of showing up and telling their senators, even senators with a 6-year term, how they feel. And this is why I think a lot of Democrats, in the end, are not going to want to go out on the limb there and vote for the public plan, to vote for this huge expansion of the federal government. I think people are going to listen to Democratic governors around this country who say the cost shift from the federal government to the state budgets, and just the Medicaid aspect of this, is going to ruin state governments. I say listen to Governor Phil Bredesen, a 2-term Democrat from Tennessee, who said this is the mother of all unfunded mandates.
Senator, let me jump in because
Governor Schweitzer from Montana says this is a disaster for state governments.
Let's switch the focus to cash for clunkers, because that obviously at some point is going to come to a vote, maybe within the next 3 days. How will you be voting on that?
Well, I voted against cash for clunkers because we added to the national debt on that. I had said I would be happy to vote for an extension of the program if we took it out of the existing stimulus bill. We were initially told that that was what was going to happen in the House of Representatives. Now we learned that the promise is made actually a sleight of hands. They're going to take some money out of stimulus, and then they're going to add money back in by increasing the national debt by $2 billion. I will not vote for that. But let me just say this. I think cash for clunkers is probably going to be extended. I think in the end it's going to cost a lot more than the $3 billion. It's a side issue. The main issue facing this country over the next month is whether we're going to go to a program like national health care that's going to lead us to a single-payer, Canadian-style, European-style health care system. That is the great issue facing the United States during the rest of this term.
Senator, do you think that the politicians like Arlen Specter, Chris Dodd, Tim Bishop from New York, Congressman Kagan from Madison, Wisconsin, all over the country, who face these protesters at these town meetings, again, town meetings that they organize, do you think that they got the message? Do you think that some of them who were on the fence might switch now against the government option, the creation of this huge new government bureaucracy?
Well, as I said, I think senators listen to the public. I think members of the House actually listen to the public, and that's what the August break is about. So I hope some of them will. Let me say this about the town meetings. I hope people will be polite. I hope they'll ask the questions and ask them forcefully. Then the questioner needs to be quiet for a while and let the member of Congress answer. I hope these won't turn into shouting matches. That's not helpful.
Yeah,
what is helpful is members going back to their states, to their districts, and listening to the people. I think when they do that, they'll see that what has been reported from these committees is not what the American people want.
Senator Roger Wicker, Republican Great to see you once again. We do have some breaking news that we need to get to right now with Shivani Joshi. Shivani.
We have some earnings news from the food sector. First,